In the ruins of the world they fight, clones reborn in the neon light. Dreamer Martin stands his ground against bloody Nero's wrath unbound. Silent Star strikes with the mime's precision. Tesla Trooper powers the arena's vision. A spectacle made for the human gaze. History twists in the arena's blaze. When the lights dim low and the humans sleep, to a hidden club the clones they sneak. The music plays and the floor ignites. Legends unite in the neon lights. With every step the past comes alive. In the heart of the night the clones will thrive. Sword God sways with a mystic groove. Blackbeard stomp makes the whole room move. Empress Wu twirls with grace and might. Ruby Rose's moves are out of sight. Cleopatra's dress will make you stare. Genghis Khan's power fills the air. They hit the floor each in their prime. A legendary rhythm lost in time. MC squared spins the decks with flair. Relativity's rhythms fill the air. Gravitational waves bend time and space. A quantum groove that the clones embrace. He rewinds existence with every mix, dropping rhymes from a bottomless bag of tricks. Einstein's genius, now a club's delight. Bending beats tonight as he once bent light. On the stage the clones take flight, a symphony burning through the night. Mozart rules, the guitars roar. Rock God sings, the crowd wants more. Symphony D with hands divine, on a xylophone that warps through time. Music of the past and future blend. In a secret club the battles end. When the lights dim low and the humans sleep, to a hidden club the clones they sneak. The music plays and the floor ignites. Legends unite in the neon lights. With every step the past comes alive. In the heart of the night the clones will thrive. When the dawn returns they'll play their part. Their battles waged with a heavy heart. But the night leaves whispers they can't ignore. A secret life behind the war. Through fleeting moments their dreams take flight. Bound by the day but alive in the night.
Bonjour, Lelanders! Today we have the ultimate episode! Welcome back. No, sorry for the terrible joke. My wife is French, so I'm allowed to, even though the two things have nothing to be related. No, I was just working in Quebec, so I better be careful. I'm probably sleeping on the couch today. But anyways, welcome back everyone. Hey Gusto, how's it going? No, I'm right on the border of Quebec. So by the time this episode's over, if you hear people kicking in the door, no, I'll try to be nice. That was my worst joke ever, and it wasn't a joke. Anyways, Summon Frog. Prince appears in 10 more summons. So welcome back everyone. Happy Easter. Sorry I've been gone for a while. Just went on a bit of a vacation. Visit family. Did some eating of foods. Celebrated the sacrifice that saved all of our lives so that we could go to heaven. Let's hope. Anyways, let's see. Today's frog episode, what do we got is the sweet ultimate frog guide. Can you believe that? You know Goaty, the guy that makes the ultimate intro music for the show? He happened to help with a guide to help us with the frog today. So let's get that guide ready. I don't think he minds us sharing it He did share it on the Discord, so if anyone wants to check that out too, you can just read the guide there or download it directly from the Discord, I believe. But in case you didn't, let's just... oh, fuck. Did I switch the short screen? Let's hope. Anyways, we just got to go to the short screen for a second. Or no, the sponsor message for a second. And then we'll get the image ready so we can have the frog guide. I should have had it ready earlier, I don't know why. Let's go do it. I haven't been doing my sponsor message lately because you know how most shows, they tend to get better and higher quality as they go, years and years on? My show's the opposite. I'm just kidding. It gets worse and worse quality. I have like no sponsors anymore. They've all abandoned me. Even crack. If you can tell I'm in a good mood, it's because I haven't had weed in a while vaporizing. I've kind of got, not over the limit, but definitely feeling it tonight. Holy. Alright, anyways. And it's bad for you. You should definitely never do it or else you'll become dependent. But anyways, let's see. So this is the guide from Goaty. And it's called the Frog Hop Guide. And no jokes. This is the basic rules. I know that joke's going to end my show. I was just going to... It cost... You never mess with the French. Canada knows all about that. It costs one retired singer to summon a frog. The pink here, let's make it bigger so everyone can see it. That's what she said. The pink platforms move the frog one space with 80% chance of success. The purple platform moves the frog 2 spaces with a 70% chance of success. Gives rewards for both spaces, but only one space, higher percentage. The blue platform moves the frog all the way to the end, but with a 20% chance of success. Can anyone actually hear me? Hello? Oh, I just want to make sure. I'm like, man, I've been gone for weeks. I didn't even test my sound. There we go. Yeah. Hey, Augusto, how's it going? Yeah, thanks for helping test the chat. I was wondering if it was working. Hey, you get a Frog Prince every 10th summon. The Frog Prince has a 100% chance to go straight to the end, regardless of which color platform you choose. Each successful trip to the end gives a point towards the chest rewards in the bottom left corner. Okay, so I'm already... I don't know if the viewers are able to follow this or it's just me. I'm not great with instructions, if anyone can tell. I have a little bit of PCS, so it makes it really hard to read and concentrate on what I'm saying. I basically read that whole part, now I'm like, oh fuck, room is spinning. Alright, let's see. Alright, well, maybe we'll just roll down and you guys can read it, hopefully. It's a visual bug? Oh. So something about jumping. The best path. Good that this is highlighted. I'm like, alright, save my reading for this sentence. The best path in terms of lotus leaves, oh, because you can get different rewards, is 4 purple jumps, followed by 1 pink jump at the end. If you want to use 180% jump on a reward other than lotus leaves, there is a chart at the bottom that tells you stuff about it. It says a lot of it's a random number generator. Results will vary. Alright. So retired singers used. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop laughing about that. Oh, that was terrible. I guess it's because we always have a rivalry with the English and the French. That was a terrible joke, though. I do not recommend it. I'm probably going to get egged the next time I go to Quebec. But anyways, Premium Pet, Ancient Magic Book, Fiber. I don't know. I was looking at all this stuff, and like, I think Lotus Leaves is the route I want to go. If anyone's seen the Leaves, or what is it? Lotus Leaf Rewards. If you can look that up. I don't know why that's a tongue twister. If you want to prioritize on the elite ones. Huh. Okay, so it is a bit confusing, but let's minimize this. And we do got a lot of these horns. And we'll summarize where I got those, just in case people are like, where the hell did you even get these? Oh, we got it by doing these. And look at that. I just got another purple and it unlocked the gold fragments. Fucking right. And the 3, the Vibram coins. If anyone wonders why I call it Vibram, because it used to be my favorite disc golf company. I know it doesn't say Vibram, but it's close enough for me. It's probably not even how you say the disc. I'm getting them both wrong. It's just how we roll. Right, so we got these megaphones from beating these tavern tasks. We whooped them pretty good. Got all the way down to unlocking what's his name? Charlemagne. We need fragments of him bad. So it's nice to get a whole bunch. Or one. And the resilience chip. Yeah, now I got tenacity and HP. I've been just trying to kill the tavern task lately because I'm 1 chip away from unlocking my 4th red chip. And if anyone's seen what happens when you unlock your 4th red chip, I've never seen it yet, so it says you can unlock the assemble category after you get 4 red chips. And we got 1, 2, probably on this hero we got the 3rd. I can't look at them because the game's a bitch that way. Like, oh fuck, you want to look at your items? Fuck that shit. You can't do that. Not in this menu. Yeah, like what kind of game allows you to look at your items? Like, so they're equipped somewhere else, so now they're a mystery. Oh Lord. Now I hope everyone had a good Easter. Mine was a little bit of a roller coaster. I had a lot of good fun times with my niece and nephew. We hooked up a Nintendo Wii, and they had never tried Wii before, and they tried Switch, and they don't really like it. They just go back to playing Minecraft on their phones or whatever. And I actually noticed that my niece and nephew didn't use their phones at all when I hooked up the Wii. I was thinking, isn't that fucking amazing, right? Because like kids these days, getting them to put their phones down even for like 10 minutes is nothing short of a miracle, right? Like, especially if you got parents that are very lenient and just let them run wild with their phones. You can't even get them to put down to eat or anything, right? Like, so I was shocked. We hooked up to the Nintendo Wii and turned it on, and they just put their phones aside, and it was time to play Wii. And you know the classics like Wii Sports, so they got to try bowling, and to be honest, bowling wasn't even the one that really excited them, because bowling was like, this is pretty good or whatever, but we went on to other Wii games that required like motion controls, and if anyone's tried the WarioWare game, oh, they love that one. It's like really fast paced, perfect for kids with ADD these days. Well, all kids, let's face it. We say it's a thing, but it's really just giving kids constant access to technology so they don't have any attention spans whatsoever. Even most adults are getting the problem now. Even ones that didn't use phones since they were born. Like, fuck, even my generation, we only had cell phones half our lives, and they came out when we were like in our 20s or teens or whatever, but and even that, it's like it's still enough to like attention span down the drain, right? So yeah, my niece and nephew, they played that Wario War game. They loved that one. We played a few of like I forget, it's like Wii Play or something. It's got like the air hockey table. Oh, the kids love that one. And then they actually played all the games that they could get with motion controls, and they were just so hooked. And then my nephew, after, he's like, oh my god, he's like, I'm getting a workout from this. And I'm like, yeah, Wii is actually an active console. I don't know what Nintendo was thinking, but that was a good idea. It's like, get kids actually active again, not just sitting in front of a TV all day or a phone or whatever. Alright, look at the rewards we got there. Holy shit. What were those from? Sorry for the vulgar episode, but my god, I did not anticipate that many rewards. Oh, your arena ranking is Golden Rhino, and your final ranking is 0. Please claim your rewards as soon as possible. Yeah, so that's good. I was gonna try like really trying in the gold or the arena this time, and I fucked it up and I forgot what time it was ending at. So I didn't get a good finish this time. That's what she said. Every night. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man. Alright, so wow, that was good rewards. Oh Lord, have mercy. There we go. Now I feel a little bit more biblical these days because my church is having a rough go. They're trying to think of charity fundraisers they could do to try to get like some money going to help the buildings, infrastructure, and all that. So I'll let the viewers know if there's anything we can do to help, but pretty sure it's thousands and like well out of my budget, but I'm trying to think of something. I was almost kind of hoping to ask the church if we could set up a mini putt. That'd be a sweet idea, I think, but the insurance for the building might not cover it. But I'm like, fuck. With the church, how much more dangerous could it get? I think gambling with your soul in a large room of people and then comparing that to mini putting, the soul stuff is probably more dangerous. So... Alright, fuck. Can't really win this much, eh? Like, even playing this one, we're fucked. Its power level so low, but we're not beating that team. 3-star dragon, it's like, yeah, right. Good luck with that one. Alright, we're gonna go to the frog level in just a sec. I'm just, like, warming up here. Ah, fuck, I don't even think we can win this one. Looks like a weak-ass team, but I don't know. For some reason, so many 4-stars makes me nervous. Alright, how's the saying go? When in doubt, try it out. I'm just kidding. Just don't try that with the refrigerator. Yeah, it's looking pretty good so far, eh? We're wiping her ass. I mean, kicking. Nah, I think it's fair game to make fun of the French a little bit because I don't know if anyone's been to Quebec, but dear God, that province is freaking amazing. It's almost like they're 10 times wealthier than all the other provinces combined. How they do it, who knows? It's like you go to Ontario or Canada, the non-French parts, and it's like ruins. All the houses are rubble. 90% of the people are homeless, living in tents. No, it's not that bad, but it's bad. And go to Quebec, and it's like a whole nother world. It's like every house is like mint condition. You don't find garbage anywhere. even the outhouses are like fucking mansions compared to the rest of the country. So we gotta try to make fun of them in any way we can to even the playing field. Now, I was shocked when I worked at Quebec. I was like, oh my god. I kind of had a feeling that Quebec was nicer, but I had no idea it was that much of a disparity between the two. It's like, no wonder everyone wants to go to Montreal. No, someone was telling me that it's because Quebec, A, is a really good education system, so it's like some of the best schools or whatever. And then B, they have like tons of minerals. Like most of the country's natural gas and elements, and they got out of the deal when they picked the land in Canada. Who knows how that went down? But they got most of the most mineral rich areas of the entire country. And I don't think they're distributing the wealth quite evenly. And lots of organized crime. Excuse me. Obviously nothing to do with what I was working in Quebec, I hope. Dear God. I don't know if I can make this episode any worse. I shouldn't be talking about Quebec during a frog episode. Sorry, everyone. I swear there's no intended relation between the two. Dear God. If you think there is, then you're the one with the problem, not me. Oh, God. I'm going to hell. It's terrible. Thank God Jesus saved our sins at Easter. Thank God. What heroes am I using lately? I'm trying to remember, like, what is my go-to team? I think it is this. But do I really want those there? No, right? There, that looks better. Right, let's talk about Russia. It's like, when did I go to Russia? Never. Okay, end of the story. Oh my God. Did we lose? Ah, fucking piece of... Just when I thought I selected the good team, right? Apparently not. Let's try that. How did we lose? I always thought we were winning these for some reason. We'll just watch it. I think it's on fast forward. Oh, what was the other Wii games we played? Oh yeah, my nephew. It's like one of the Wii games. You know how the Wii demo disc, well, it wasn't a demo disc, but it was just like a sort of like a trailer of the technology. What is it called? Those Wii Play games and all that. Like basic little mini games, and then you had the bigger version games. So my nephew plays it, and he plays a little mini game that was fishing, and he's like using the Wii remote to fish and cast and like reel it in with the nunchuck. He's like, oh my God, this is so much fun. He's like, I wish we had a better fishing game, like one with more levels and stuff. And I'm like, hold that thought. So I go downstairs and I'm like checking in my games room. I'm like, I got a big shelf of Wii games. I only know like maybe 5% of which ones I got. So I'm down there checking because I'm like, who knows? Maybe there's another fishing game. And then I'm kind of in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh God, remember that really good Sega Dreamcast fishing game? Wish we had a Sega Dreamcast. And then lo and behold, I look on the shelf. What's there? The Sega Dreamcast fishing game for Wii. So I brought that up and my nephew got to play it. His mind was blown. Well, it took him like a good maybe 10 minutes to figure out the controls because they were pretty intense. like the whole nunchuck and reeling it in and how to maneuver the boats and everything, but he was hooked. And it's like he didn't even look at his phone. He's like, it was amazing. What a sight to see. Which kind of makes me sad in a way, because the Intellivision Amico was supposed to go that route if their crowdfunding didn't get shut down by like a huge hate campaign. It was kind of sad because, like, yeah, they got so close to launching, and then the pandemic, and then the hate campaign, and it was like, God, if only that hate campaign was a love campaign, it would have been playing like the next Wii right now, and it'd be like the greatest console in the whole world, and it would have saved gaming, but no, the hate campaign had to triumph. And I was kind of surprised too, because I'm like, usually with the way the universe goes, it's not too often that the haters come out on top and they're like, oh yeah, we hated everything to the point where it was good and they won. And I'm like, what the fuck? Usually hating something never leads to anything good. So who knows, maybe the Intellivision Amico will make its full circle, or people will just play the Wii again. But I would kind of, if I could ever get my finances together to the point of like investing, oh god, it'd be fun to have a bigger role in Intellivision, or I should say Amico, now that allegiance is severed. Come on. I was hoping we would win. God! It's pissing me off, right? Because I'm like, we're so close to winning. Here I thought we could like win all of them and like unlock it. Now it's like, fuck, we can't win these. What the hell's going on? Take her out. Her in. Bingo. Okay? Yeah, that's what I was talking to my nephew. I'm like, wow, since you like this bass fishing game so much for the Wii, do you want to try reel fishing? And he said that he has tried it, but it was really boring because no one caught anything. And I was thinking, oh, that's a shame, because if you know how to fish, you usually should be able to at least catch one. Like, I know I've gone with lots of people that don't know how to fish, and they just go to the wrong spots at the wrong times with the wrong lures and everything. But then I've gone with like real fishermen that know which rods to use and when and where, and they catch like fish after fish after fish, and I'm like, well, that's probably when it gets really fun. I watched a guy last year, he must have reeled like 5 fish in like under a half hour. I was like, what the fuck? And it was so funny too, because we came to like this little pond. It was like a big river, but it was down to like almost no water at all. You could see right to the bottom. I was like, there's no fish in that. And he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, what? So he casts in, and yeah, what do you know? He pulled out like 5 fish. It was funny, he was having a fishing competition to the guys from work. He caught like, I guess 3 or 4 to be more realistic. And then we're like, oh, he's so far ahead, the other guy's never going to catch up. And then lo and behold, the other guy comes over, he's like, hey, move over. He moves over, lets him fish there, and he catches like 4 right in a row too. I was like, holy shit, right out of that little pond. Just a trickle of water. I was like, what the hell? How is there any fish in that? I've seen people fish in giant lakes and catch nothing. But the guy I knew, he's like, yeah, that's one of his best spots. He's like, you should see it when there's actually water flowing. I guess in springtime you get a lot more runoff. Google fishing records. Total dinosaur looking beasts. Huh. Yeah, the Bass Pro fishing game for Dreamcast, I think, is still my favorite fishing game. I'm starting to get addicted to the fishing game in Clone Evolution, though. Just because, not that it's fun to reel it in or anything, but just the rewards are so good. I never thought I'd like fishing. Now, I started to get into a little bit of fishing where I caught fish in a right lake at the right time with the help of my step-grandpa at the time. I always found the process disgusting. Because I was like, I'm not a real big fan of eating fish, so I was like, oh god, all this work to get a fish that isn't exactly the meal I'm looking to eat. But if you're doing it just for fun, yeah. It is kind of a... well, if you do the catch and release, it's not too bad, but still a lot of fish die even when you're trying to release them. If you don't know what you're doing. Or even so. Now I'm thinking the realistic way that if we want to go into the future of gaming and get the best fishing game ever, not like just real fishing, but a game still, it would definitely be hologram fishing. Once we get that, I think that'll probably be one of the games that like really gets people into holograms, right? Because you'll have like a table, it'll be the hologram fishing game, and you'll just be like holding like a little, I guess maybe you buy a controller in a box. It'll come with like little fishing rods, maybe like the Wii or something. Or I guess, yeah, probably like a nunchuck, that sort of type of controller. And then your hologram will just be like a 3D coffee table, and you'll be able to like virtually cast into it, and you'll see your hook land somewhere like in the hologram table. Oh man, that's gonna be sweet. It's kind of a shame to me that hologram gaming is taking so long to pick up, especially since it was really taking off back when I was like, fuck, in the 90s even. So it's surprising to me that they steered away and just went to VR and stuff. It's like I miss holograms. But I think holograms will be back one day, just sort of like how 3D TVs, they come and go, how VR came and go. It's always like a cycle. The next hologram cycle, oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Oh fuck, I kept dying on this. Yeah, that's the funniest thing. The ironic part is, yeah, like, what is it? Holograms don't sound that good. You're like, oh, the retro games are always better. And I actually agree with that in a way. But the funniest thing, you'll never guess what hologram game I was watching today. Was Star Fox from the SNES. Oh fuck, I had an auto battle. So anyways, I was watching this guy playing hologram of Star Fox on his coffee table, and it was fucking unreal. It looks like you see clouds, fucking exactly Super Nintendo graphics, just floating above your coffee table. And it's like while you're going through the level, you see all of a sudden these walls and stuff start coming by. I was like, oh my god, that's unreal. It's obviously not as like the whole level. They have limited amounts of obstacles that you can fit on screen to fly around on a table surface, but I guess as the table holograms get bigger, that's what I was thinking, like holograms in arcades could be really popular because all of a sudden the arcade can get like a giant hologram that a person in their living room, A, couldn't fit in the room, or if they could fit it, they still can't afford it because it costs like 10 grand or something. Then we'll see the big resurgence in arcades. And then, yeah, it'll be funny because instead of like the latest graphics for holograms, they're probably going to stick with 8-bit stuff for a while, or 16-bit, just to make it easier to make the holograms like lower resolution or less data. And then as the technology improves, then they'll start making the holograms like virtually like super realistic. But then even then, I bet you people will be like, oh, the super realistic holograms suck, and they'll just go back to 8-bit holograms. I don't know. I guess we'll never really be done with screens, but to be honest, in my living room, my TV hardly ever gets used. It's usually everyone always using either their phone or a computer monitor. The TV just usually collects dust. Well, I guess we watch it for Survivor, and that's about it. When me and my wife get together to watch shows. Well, we watch 2 shows, Survivor and North of 60. Yeah, Star Fox and holograms. I don't know if it's a YouTube. I watched it on, what was it, Facebook Reels or something. I don't even know if it was a real hologram. I was thinking, dear God, that one looks like AI, but how they had it over a table, I was like, okay, that actually is how holograms usually work, so I was like, maybe it is real? Yeah, the first holograms are going to have to be low res. Because if they make them too real, it'll just blow people's minds. Society's going to have to adapt to it. Like, I guess Star Trek used to talk about holograms quite a bit, but I don't even think many people watch Star Trek anymore. Or I don't know if they still have the hologram parts. That was probably more of a Voyager and Next Generation thing. Because, yeah, there was no holograms in the first Star Trek. I don't know if they kept doing it much after Voyager. Oh, fuck. Half my team's dead. Alright, time for reinforcements. Oh, it was my weak team that was already in there. They made it right to the finals. Alright, now time to bring in the heavy hitters. Yeah, hologram games. The other thing I was thinking, should it became popular, it did for a while, like in the, I guess the 2000s, was just having more than one TV in the same room as a standard gaming feature. So that you owned more than one of the same console, and that you can network online gaming. So if you wanted to play like a first-person shooter, you could have like 4 people come over to your house and be like, hey guys, you want a TV each? And everyone could just play online in the same room. And it's a wild experience that way, like a LAN party almost. I don't know why living rooms steered away from that. Or the ultimate gaming room design kind of went to like computers with multiple screens and not really like living room sized TVs with multiple screens. You see it occasionally, but it's not really the standard, right? Oh, if you like Star Trek, oh man. There's one really good episode of Star Trek, and it's kind of like a funny theory that obviously it's a bit over the top, but and it's weird too. Like I used to talk about this theory all the time, and then I went back to like research it, make sure I had all my facts straight. I don't know where I was getting my facts from before, but now they've all changed. So I'm like, what the fuck? Did I get the wrong facts back then, or what happened? And it's weird too, because I made it into memes. So I was like, how come the memes facts are all wrong now? I was just like copying and pasting it right from, well, it's probably because I was getting it from Wikipedia. Then it got updated. But anyways, the theory in general is still pretty good, but some of the dates I had before were all wrong. That sucked. But that's why you always got to double check your sources before you make it into a meme. Or just laugh that it's wrong. No, the theory is when Gene Roddenberry did all of his technology for Star Trek, he got almost every single thing right, except one. If you could think what it is. Like he predicted that we'd be talking to each other over screens and stuff, right? Like when you hail the other ship. And it was basically like Skype, but before Skype existed. Fuck, the internet wasn't even out yet. For part of that. And then what else did he get right? Like, the medical stuff, like I forget some of the stuff where they say they have devices similar to tricorders for scanning. What were some of the other technology that he got right? I guess replicators and 3D printers, kind of similar. Oh, lasers, I think, some of the deflector dish stuff and all that. But he probably got all that from NASA to begin with because they helped research the show. Alright, let's do the frog thing. Just 1 second. I want to make sure I got all the rest done. So anyways, the one thing that he really got wrong, he might not have actually gotten wrong. As weird as that sounds. No, the thing that he seemed to get wrong is that we don't actually explore space ever, right? Like in Star Trek, it's like we developed all this wild technology and then we're out in spaceships flying in the stars and stuff, and we're not really doing that. We have probes, but we're always stuck on the Earth. Elon's trying his hardest, but even he can't get any people into space farther than orbit. It's like he's trying to get people to the moon. It's going to take him decades before he can even close to getting one. As optimistic as he is, his timelines are almost like way off on everything he does, right? I don't hate Elon. I like most of the stuff he does, but some stuff I'm a little critical to. So anyways, technically you could say, oh, Gene Roddenberry, he was wrong. Like, everything, we're not exploring space and all that. But turns out, one of the last episodes that I think Gene Roddenberry worked on, at least it said it did when I made the meme, it was the last episode, or close to the last episode. It was called Clues, Star Trek Next Generation. I think it was season 3 or something. Or no, what was the last season that Roddenberry worked on? Was it 1? Maybe it was season 1, episode 13. But either way, it's called Clues. And guess what the clue was that they covered in that episode? It kind of was funny, you know how I stumbled across this? I was thinking, dear God, if Gene Roddenberry knew so much about space and he had all these connections with NASA, maybe he left a clue to what's been happening with space exploration and why it sucks and why it's so slow and why we keep failing and why it's even so hard to get back to the moon. And then I was like, how would he put a clue if he had some sort of clue for us? I'm like, oh, he left an episode called Clues, for God's sakes. So I watched it. Yeah, data overload. I'm behind on space news. Elon posted the photo in my profile. No kidding. See, like for Elon, I like his plans. I was like, yeah, he has this Starship. Like he did normal rockets and he started getting good with them, but fuck, he got like 20 billion in government funding to get rockets going again, so he got a lot of help from the taxpayers. That's why I find it funny when people are like, oh, Elon's paying the bill for all this space stuff. It's like, fuck, no, he isn't. He got 20 billion for the first project, and now he got like an extra 4 billion for to work on this giant ship called Starship. And in principle, I love Starship. I'm like, fuck, this ship sounds like such a great idea. Can fly to the moon, can fly to Mars. This is fucking awesome. But then there's a problem. Starship doesn't work. It blows up every time. So I was like, fuck, man. As great as Starship sounds, it would be a lot better if it fucking worked, right? So everyone's like, oh, Starship, Elon, Starship, Elon. It's like, yeah, it's great and all, but fuck, it doesn't work. And they're like, oh, he's going to fix it, he's going to fix it. It's like, yeah, a lot of people have tried building fucking moon rockets. And every time they tried fixing it, guess what happened? Fucking blew up again. Only one person could ever do it, and it was that fucking crazy Nazi SS officer that came over from Hitler and fucking helped NASA build the biggest rocket ever. Saturn V. Still holds the records to this day. And it's like no one else could beat the Saturn V. Everyone tried. Even the Russians tried to get close. They built one called the N1. But the N1, same problem. Fucking explodes every time, so no one could do what the Nazis did, surprisingly. Yeah, Von Braun, that's it. Or Braun. It's scary when you think about it, eh? It's like, you imagine if the Nazis had won the war. Fuck, man, they probably would have colonized the entire solar system by now. They were so far advanced. Like hundreds of years. And how did they get so far advanced? Who knows? It's fucked up. And yeah, maybe Elon can pull it off and someday he will fix Starship. And God, that'd be nice. But I'm pretty sure China's going to make it to the moon before that happens. I think China is actually 10 years ahead, if not 20, of Starship. NASA is maybe a year ahead of China, if they're lucky. What is it? SLS has worked. It actually took someone to the moon, well, a capsule rated for people to the moon and back. But they have to do it with real people on it this time. And will it not explode? Let's hope. I wouldn't be riding the Artemis 2, that's for sure. Fuck that shit. I might go to the moon one day, but it won't be on the first few, that's for sure. There we go. Yeah, and it's exciting because Gene Roddenberry pretty much laid out the clues for why it's taken so long for us to get back to the moon. Could actually be a clue to how von Braun managed to do it in the first place. You know how the researchers from that time are apparently like all occultists and stuff, and they're getting their information from like other entities, possibly even extraterrestrials or demons. Who knows what kind. Maybe something halfway in between that. So anyways, the theory goes, if you follow the clues that Gene Roddenberry left in his episode, what happened is when they got to the moon in this episode, there was an advanced race on it. And they were so advanced, they were like gods. So like, as soon as they got there, they're like, holy shit, this race is so advanced, we're fucked. Hopefully they don't kill us, right? So this race is like, okay, we won't kill you on one condition, is we're going to erase all your memory, and then none of you guys can ever come back. If you guys come back, we're just going to fucking kill you. So then the problem was they could erase every biological creature's memory, but Data was on the ship, speaking of Data. So they couldn't erase his memory. They didn't know how to... Like, the Dr. Noonien Sung was the only person that understood Data's memory because he built him, and then the professor died or whatever. So they couldn't actually work on the android and figure out exactly how he works. So they couldn't erase his memory. I think that's how the story went. So then they made a deal, and Data the robot agreed that he would turn the ship around, he would tell everyone that the moon was uninhabited and just that they had to leave and not come back. Make up some crazy story about why they can't come back for 50 years or whatever. Just like what's happening now. So some people are like, oh man, is that what happened on the real moon? And that's why Gene Roddenberry left this clue in the episode called Clues? No, it's funny in that episode Clues. Guess how Data tricked the ship. He's like, okay, we can still explore the moon, but we can only send probes. He's like, no people. And then he's like, these probes, you have to let me give you the data from them. Because, yeah, I'm going to check it to make sure all the data's good before you look at it. And that's basically what's happened with NASA for the past 50 years since we left the moon. We're not allowed to explore space ever, like leaving the Earth. And we're only allowed to send probes. And if we do send these probes, they have to be highly filtered. We're not allowed to like just look at the data, right? Like clean off the ship. They're like, oh no, can't do that. It is a pretty wild theory, but it's really the only thing that can explain all the problems that we're facing now of what's taken so long to get back. What really happened when they got to the moon. There was some fucking something happened there and we didn't get the whole story. That's why I find the counterintelligence story, or like the, what is it, the distraction. It's telling people that nothing happened, like they didn't go to the moon. Perfect cover story for they went to the moon and something even more happened. And they couldn't tell everyone. They're like, oh fuck man. Can't tell everyone that we're not allowed to go back to the moon or we'll all get killed by some fucking advanced aliens. So I guess we'll have to just delay space exploration for 50 years and only send probes and hope people never say, hey, like, why are we only sending probes? Why aren't we ever allowed to leave the Earth? Like, what's the deal with that, right? We got all the way to the moon. We could have easily built a base and started a huge colony, but we're like, let's just go home and never come back. Yeah, that sounds like the best idea. Oh well. And the funny part was, too, the NASA mission, when it came to Apollo, they had finished rockets that didn't even get used. So they spent shitloads of money to build this giant fleet that could start building moon bases, already had the rockets all built and paid for, and then didn't use them. They just stopped after a while. If that isn't highly suspect. And then those expensive rockets just sat there and rusted and fell apart. It's like, what the fuck, right? Shouldn't we have used them for something? If not the moon, go somewhere else? Like, dear God. Or even put up some better equipment in space, for God's sakes. Oh well. Yeah, that's what people are thinking too. Not only was the moon hollow, because when they detonated or hit it with different things, like capsules and stuff, it actually rang like a bell. So that proved that the moon is actually likely hollow. And then what's inside the moon? If I had to guess, if what's inside the moon is so advanced, that's why we couldn't go back. I was thinking, like, how advanced is our technology? Is China and the U.S., like, NASA really the apex? Like, we got to be real here. The U.S. has, like, this secret project budget that's, like, way bigger than all the other budgets combined. And it has, like, technology that's 50 years more advanced. So if it's 50 years more advanced than NASA and China and Elon, doesn't that mean they're already on the moon? Because technically, think about it. If we're 50 years more advanced, 50 years from now, Elon might even make it to the fucking moon. Well, his company, he'd be long dead by then, but unless he develops some technology to extend his lifespan. Yeah. If I had to guess, the idea of, like, the hollow moon having actual physical, like, spaceships made out of metal and bases and stuff. Because most of the alien gods, like, that you hear from in ancient history, they have the advanced technology of, like, building planets, like, creating humans. I don't think they're still, like, hammering screws together to put bolts or walls together. If I had to guess, they're, like, multi-planet or dimensional beings. Well, we'll try to go on the hollow Earth and it'll just look hollow. Meanwhile, to them, they have some sort of portal that they enter. And next thing you know, the hollow Earth is like as big as the fucking universe itself or something. Full of stuff. Who knows? Now, that's what I think is getting wild with the whole space thing. We're so close to landing back on the moon. And why aren't we? Like, what is the big delay now? We got China's got all these delays, and the US and NASA. It's like, dear God, it's been 50 years, people. They made it in 10 years the first time. What the hell's taking so long? Like, Von Braun made a good rocket, sure, but fuck's sakes, man. 50 years of advancement. How much longer is it going to take before we catch up to him? 100 years, for God's sakes. Yeah. Yeah. Now that's the theory, like, what is it, John Lear? You know the John Lear, or who's the guy that apparently worked for Area 51? But anyways, we actually have a bunch of, like, common friends on Facebook. I was surprised to see that. Not to, like, name drop. But he apparently thinks that, like, when he was at Area 51, that the US is reverse engineering some UFOs. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a neat theory and all, but to me, if I had to guess, Area 51 isn't in charge, like, by people. The people that are in charge of Area 51 are probably those same advanced life forms that are creating universes. And do they need to reverse engineer their own ships? Probably not, right? If I had to guess, they're probably asking John to look at their own ships and say, hey, can you soup these up for us because we're fighting other immortal god creatures in other universes? We could use a little up on our technology, that human intuition that sort of maybe that they've lost touch with in their society. It'd be funny if John Lear is like more advanced than all the immortal gods for his understanding of how to build rockets. Or no, what was his understanding how the propulsion of advanced devices? Because that'd be so silly, right? Like, can you imagine humans trying to reverse engineer these ships? For God's sakes. That would mean that humans are actually in charge of our own government and planet. Not likely. If we were, we would have destroyed it a long time ago, I think. Accidentally. Now, what I always found interesting is recently I just found out, as I was researching how like our polar tilt and axis and all that stuff works, and it's so rare the way it worked out, apparently, to like create human life on the Earth, for the moon to be just at the right distance, to create the right axial tilt, to make our planet's core molten and all this. And it turns out that Mars almost had the exact same thing, except with 2 moons. I was like, holy, same axial tilt and everything almost. So maybe it's not that uncommon after all. Fucking 2 of the planets had it out of 8. Yeah, the Area 51 guy. I get his name mixed up. I don't think it's John Lear, or maybe it is. He does work on gravity too, so I was like gravity, what is it, engines and all that. And I do a lot of work on gravity too, but just for maps. But I did find some parallels between the two, which were very interesting. Now, I was looking at gravity well maps, and I was like, man, the perfect engine to use this gravity well technology would have an element that's like really super heavy. And then he talked about his the element that he had found at Area 51 that he got samples of, a stable version of I forget, augmentium, whatever it was called. So that was kind of neat to find out that that element had also a really high atomic weight. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense then. Alright, 43. Now I'm trying to get my book out about gravity well technology, but I also want to get the one about clone evolution out too. I want to try to get more books out because, yeah, my employment options are not good these days, so I gotta try to be a little more creative. Yeah, you can only lift 150-pound boxes for so long before your body says, okay, that's enough. I'm trying to recover enough to go back to that job, but it's not looking good. Alright, refresh. Nope. I think we're ready to do the frog stuff, eh? Bob Lazar, that's it. Yeah, I've got gravity stuff on my channel too. Just have to, there's one, what do they call them again? Not channels, but, oh, playlist. If you look at the video game playlist, it's got clone evolution. If you look at the gravity playlist, it's got that. And then I got playlists for, what is it, sports, and then I got one for, I forget what the other playlists are. Oh yeah, travel vlogs. I do some of those too. Now I'm currently living in northern Canada, but I used to live near Toronto. My wife's family's farther up north, so that's, and it's cheaper rent up here, so that's kind of why I relocated here. I do miss the warmer weather. Oh no, you're in Guelph? So lucky. I actually just drove through Guelph and there's no snow there at all. I was like, fuck, so lucky. When I got home, there's still snowbanks up to the fucking roof. And it's funny too, just an hour south of me, there's no snow. It's like, fuck, it's almost here. A little bit further to go. Another hour. Yeah, it was such a shocker because I'm like, it almost felt like I was on vacation in Florida. Come back to winter and ice here. I was like, fuck. Yeah, rent used to be a lot cheaper up north, but it's catching up quick. We were able to get 2-bedroom for a pretty good deal. Like a 2-bedroom here costs like, well, I don't know, a studio 0-bedroom apartment down south. Or it was a few years ago. Now it's almost the same. Alright, let's try to do the frog thing. I'm dreading to do it because it seems like the instructions are so complicated, but let's just go with the highlighted stuff, right? What was it again? It says the best path in terms of lotus leaves is 4 purple jumps followed by a pink jump. So I think that narrows it down a little bit. We'll click I, summon frogs. Oh fuck, I can't do any more reading. Hurts to look at it. Frog prince appears in 10 more summons. Oh fuck, I clicked frog. So now what do I do? So I pick 4 purple jumps followed by 1 pink. Purple. Oh, here we go. 4 purple jumps followed by 1 pink. Because I want these lotus leaves, if anyone hasn't seen, sort of where I left off before I started ranting and raving, is I need more of these. So I want to get 120 lotus leaves to get this. But I have a feeling we're probably getting this. We'll see what happens. Alright, 4 purple jumps followed by 1 pink. Alright, let's try. Oh, I summoned the frog, so that got the frog here. And this is how many jumps he can do? Yeah, Guelph is a zombie apocalypse. Now, I've got family that lives in Guelph, actually, for a long time, so I know a little bit about the history of it. Some of the funniest history I find about Guelph, even people that live there don't know it sometimes, is that often when you buy a house in Guelph, you have to get the basement tested for radiation. And people are like, why is that? It's like, turns out Guelph actually has a lot of high uranium content in the ground. And ironically, you think, oh, there's all that uranium in the ground, don't want to drink the water, but ironically, that's where Nestle bottles all the water. So, I don't know if uranium helps make cleaner water, or naturally occurring uranium. But I've tried the water in Guelph, and it is good tasting. And my grandpa swore by it and said it was the best water he ever drank. So I don't know. No, there's actually quite a bit of places in Canada that have high uranium. Another one is, what is that one called? Elliott Lake. But then again, I think naturally occurring radiation isn't as bad as compared to like actual nuclear fallout radiation. So alright, let's go. Let's try it. So what are the options again? There's blue. Well, that's 20%. And pink is 80. So he says that's the best ratio, eh? It's funny, because I was going to go with pink, I think. EMF troubles in the apartment. That's kind of interesting. I like paranormal stuff, so you never know. I find paranormal and actual, like, weird stuff with the ground it tends to go hand in hand. I'm investigating some weird stuff that happens up north. It turns out it's where the highest concentration of forest circles are. And if you haven't heard of forest circles before, CBC did a few good articles on them. They are wild. It's like sort of like fairy rings to the extreme. Alright, let's try it. Purple? Is that what I was supposed to click? 4 purples and 1 pink. Alright. Did I just get eaten by a snake? For God's sakes. I was not anticipating that. Fuck's sakes, man. Does that really just happen? Oh, there's where the chance of success comes in, right? Could just get eaten by a fucking snake. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe I really should have went with the 80, right? Oh god, that's what we get for summoning. Oh, thank god. So we got quite a few frogs, eh? Fuck's sakes, I had to say that. Sorry, frog. I jinxed you. God, for, what is it, a 70% chance of getting across. Sure aren't doing too good. Reminds me of real life. No, just kidding. Alright, let's see. Yeah, thanks to Goaty for working on all this stuff. His guides are amazing. There it is by Goaty. He has a YouTube channel if you want to look him up and subscribe. He has different clone evolution videos and songs. I haven't watched them all yet because, man, my life has been busy on overload lately, but hopefully I'll be catching up on everything soon. The one song I did hear I really liked. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. This is just getting ridiculous. My god. Does it want me to do the pink? Is that the problem? Is it? There we go. You fucker. No, just kidding. Finally. We got 2 lotus leaves. Yes! Alright. Woo! So that was, so it says 4 purple jumps followed by 1 pink at the end. Huh. I don't know, this seems risky, but we die like 90% of the time. Are we really going to make it for 4 purple jumps? Alright, let's try it. No! Don't worry, I'm not really that bad. At least we have a bunch still. And we get the Frog Prince. The Frog Prince does that magic where he just gets to the end, doesn't he? Oh, he only gets 1 guaranteed jump. Well, if that's the case, I'll get him to jump to the blue platform, right? I don't know. I'm a little bit confused still, but we'll keep going by the guide for now. Okay, that's enough. I'm trying the pink. Just to see what happens once, right? Oh my god. Don't get me started talking about the 3DS. Here's another rant. when it comes to hologram gaming, one of my favorite things to do is to hook up a high-end 3D TV. I'm not talking the Sony ones. Sony didn't make good ones for this anyway. And then hook up that high-end 3D TV. If you can get a 4K one, even better. There's not too many 4K ones out there, but if you got a 1080 one, it'll still do the trick. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Fucking right. Yeah, we're already doing better. I don't know, this guide is good and all, but I think I'm reading it wrong. It's like, this is way better. Yeah, so what I did is I take that high-end 3D TV, and guess what you hook it up to? Let's see. Let's do all pink and then purple at the end. Maybe I was reading the colors wrong, right? Because there's no way you'll make it doing all the purple jumps. Not even close. Yeah, so you hook that 3D TV up to NVIDIA Shield Pro or another Android box that can run an emulator. What is it called? RetroArch? Maybe even Xbox can do it these days. I heard that they could in developer mode or something. So anyways, you hook it up to the... Holy shit, we even got 50 Sun Coins. I fucking love this frog event. Oh, level 10. Is this where... Does he do 2 jumps? I can't remember. Fuck, should we try the... Alright, well, let's try pink, and then hopefully he doesn't go right to the end. But if he does, we might actually make it. Or go for the 4 more attempts. Oh, fuck, I got a strategy that might actually work for this. Alright, yeah, because you want the last one to land on that. Then you can pick that. See, what my strategy would be is keep picking the failure ones, like the purple, over and over and over again until it matches this. So you can count how many frog princes appear. If you know that the frog prince is going to come after this many or whatever, make sure that you land on the last space with the prince. So that way you can get the best reward at the end with the blue jump. Because then you can pick the blue jump, right? And then it's only a 20% chance of getting this sweet reward, which you've just bumped up by adding the prince. I think that's the best strategy I would do. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, or am I just way off on how this thing works? Fucking right. 5. No kidding. Can you imagine? If all of a sudden you saved it so that all of a sudden I can use the frog prince and then boom, land on the blue path, guaranteed to get the best reward. Fuck. I wonder if I can manage to do that. Do I have enough? Is anyone good at math? Yeah, so anyways, what you do for the 3D TV and the emulator is you hook up, especially if you already own it, the Virtual Boy Nintendo emulator. Dear God. So when you throw on the 3D glasses and you see like Wario, I've actually got it going, and I don't have it hooked up here, but at my mom's place. And the Wario, like when you're running with the Virtual Boy, where obviously when you're emulating you'll be using a normal controller, he jumps like right out of the screen because you're wearing the glasses. So it's like, oh my God, this is like the most impressive 3D shit I've ever seen. You're like controlling a video game that's jumping in and out of your TV. It's wild. So then I was like, oh, guess what I'm doing next? So I took a high-end computer and hooked it up to an emulator so that I could emulate the 3DS. And then emulate it on my TV. Mind blown. Here I'm like playing Pilot Wings and stuff, and I've got like things coming in and out of the TV. It is freaking wild. I don't know why Nintendo didn't start selling TVs. Like, it might seem dumb, but Sony did it. They came out with their own Sony TVs that were like 3D and stuff. If Nintendo came out with a 3D TV, I'd buy it. And I don't even usually buy Nintendo products until they're used, and I get them like a fraction of the price. But I would pay full price for a Nintendo TV. Like a 3D Nintendo TV that can run like 3DS games and stuff. Oh my God. I don't know why Nintendo doesn't do that. Maybe it's just too good. Right, so if you got any connections at Nintendo, tell them. Get the 3DS on 3D TVs already. It's taking so long. Right. Fuck, man. I'm just going with the pink one because I don't want to take the chance. I know the odds are so low that I'm actually going to make it across here. Even with the pink. Yes! Fucking right. Yeah. Like, the Nintendo TV is, for God's sakes, that's what I was hoping we'd get instead of the Switch 2. And who knows, maybe the Switch 2 will dock to the Nintendo TV one day. That'd be sweet. Not optimistic, though. Nintendo does weird things sometimes. They almost act more like Sega than Nintendo these days. Alright, Alright, let's summon another frog, right? Like, 4 more jumps and I can make it to the end. Fuck. Should I try my strategy? I don't think it's worth it. Would it actually work? I go to all that work wasting the frogs and then it didn't even work. Alright, well, let's just plan it the best we can. If it happens to land on that with the prince, woohoo! If not, we'll just keep going. Oh, I know how I can do it. Kill this frog, kill one more frog, and then try for the prince. You think that'll work? Maybe that's what this means when I was reading it. I just fucked it up. Alright, let's try it. Let's try one blue one, because we're basically just sacrificing a frog here. If he makes it on the blue one, so be it. Oh my God, he made it! Whoa! Yeah! How the hell did that happen? Did anyone know what I just did there? Fuck's sakes, that was amazing. Ah, the guy who invented Super Mario used the mushrooms in the game because he was a fan of psilocybin shrooms. You know, that was the funniest thing, that I was just hearing the history of Nintendo too, and I learned that Mario was chosen as a character in like Super Mario, or the first Mario Brothers game, because of some warehouse owner that was an Italian in the US, and he had this big warehouse and Nintendo was renting space in it. Fuck, do I just keep trying the blue reward? Like, that was crazy. Like, if it worked, why don't I just do it again? Maybe it was just good luck that worked, do you think? Yeah, that was just some sort of weird luck. Yeah, that was an epic haul. I didn't even know that was possible. So I don't know, hopefully we're helping Gaudy to see if what we're doing is helping his research in this. Dear God, that was weird. It must be something like he said, it's the roll of a dice. We just happened to land on it, on the blue one, right at the right time. So one more summons, and we get the super frog. So when I use the super frog, do I just pick blue and hope he runs to the end again? That'll be nice. Or was that like just a total fluke? Weird. Yeah, so apparently this Italian guy that owned the warehouse, he had a whole bunch of Nintendo stuff in it. Like, I think it was Donkey Kong arcades or something like that. And the bill came due. Nintendo didn't have the money to pay him because they didn't have enough. And instead of like foreclosing and like fucking them over and taking all their arcades, the guy Mario that was in charge of the warehouse in the US, he gave them extra time. He's like, "Oh, Nintendo, I trust you guys. You can take more time." So here's the Frog Prince. Let's try the hop, right? So lo and behold, he gave them more time. They sold their arcade machines, and the rest is history. Donkey Kong became popular, and to credit Mario for being such a nice warehouse owner, they put him in the game. No, it could have been Donkey Kong, because Mario's already in that, isn't he? Or maybe he wasn't named Mario at that point. Yeah, I think he was like Jumpman, and then eventually they changed it to Mario. That could be it. Or just my Nintendo history is half right. 20. It's pretty close. I never would have thought that that's where Mario came from, though. Some warehouse owner. Alright, so we did that twice now. Isn't that sweet? So we don't have to, like, do something where we're, like, killing the frogs. We can do it without sacrificing the frogs. So we don't have to sacrifice frogs anymore, thanks to Easter. Jesus was the last sacrifice. I shouldn't say that, sacrilege, but it's true. Yeah, the Golden Axe arcade game. I think I did try that one a couple times at 7-Eleven. Back in the 7-Eleven days. Yeah, my favorite when I was a teenager. Alright, 10 more summons. We got 30 summons to go. Holy fuck. Yeah. Fuck. Frog still got me. Or a snake. Now, my favorite thing to do as a teenager is we'd go to 7-Eleven and we had a Dreamcast at home. And what we would do is we'd buy Dreamcast, magazine, and it would have the demo disc inside each month. And then the demo disc had such amazing Dreamcast games. It was like renting 10 games all at once. And I think it had like 4 or 5 games, but still, they were good games on it. So that was the highlight. You get a Slurpee, you get Dreamcast magazine. Those were the days. Yeah, the Mario history. That's what I was thinking. They really should have put some of that in the movie. Maybe it was, and I just didn't notice. Because I didn't learn it till later. One. Two. No, my wife used to actually live in Guelph too. Not a bad place. No, my aunt and uncle still live in Guelph, and they have a house that's near the university. I'm not sure if Guelph has more than one university, probably. Oh, and I like to play disc golf at the Arboretum. That's a good course in Guelph. Well, I shouldn't say good course, because it used to be really good, but they keep changing it. I was like, fuck, I missed the original design, but... What is going on? When I click stuff, nothing happens here. Uh-oh. Do I have to jump backwards? Is it just me or is something fucked up? This is a new event, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If a game company was smart, like I guess the Atari's kind of doing it, just come up with a console and start going back to the old ways that actually worked. Come up with games that are smaller, easier to make, finish them right away. You don't have to wait years to make them. A little bit more simplistic, but yeah, and then you can have magazines come out again, have demos, fuck, have actual physical media that's complete. You don't need updates. Like fuck, if I subscribe to PlayStation, like PlayStation Plus, do you get PlayStation Magazine? I don't think you do, right? If you did, then I probably would. I'd be like, okay, if at least I'm getting something physical. Because you ever like order PlayStation Plus and you're like, what the fuck? Like, sometimes I had it for a year and then I barely used it. So I was like, fuck, I spent all that money for PlayStation Plus for a year and then didn't fucking use it. Didn't have time. Right, I don't want to jump backwards, so I exited out and came back. They want me to jump backwards every time, man. It's so weird. Like, I'm not jumping backwards, game. Sorry. It's hard enough. I don't want to be jumping backwards. Yeah, sometimes you wonder the weird coincidences. The one time I had, it was one of the weirdest coincidences, as I was planning on going on a trip up north. My friend that lived in Kitchener moved back home, and his home happened to be way up north. So I planned to see him. And then I'm like, I'm going to go on one trip because a girl I knew invited me to London, and I hadn't partied in London before. So I'm like, hey, let's go to London, Ontario. And I only knew one girl in the whole city. So I took a bus, like a Greyhound, all the way to London to get there for this party. And lo and behold, the girl that invited me, she canceled. So I was like, ah, fuck. Do I still go to the party even though I don't know anyone in this whole city? So I go to the party and I meet this girl randomly and we start hanging out and she gives me her contact information and stuff. And guess who she turned out to be? She turned out to be my friend's sister, for God's sakes. So when I went up north to this small town, I told him, oh, I was partying with this girl I met in London. He's like, hey, that's my sister. And I was like, what? I didn't even know he had a sister. I was like, for God's sakes, I went to high school with him for years. He never told me he had a sister because it was his half-sister. So I guess a different mother or different father or something. And yeah, what are the odds of that? Like, fucking London is a huge city, right? To have that happen, it kind of weirded me out. I was like, what the fuck? But oh well, life is full of weird coincidences like that. And they say the more you get like that kind of means that you're closer to the path of like your best life choices, but that sounds a bit ridiculous. Because I'm definitely not, well, in some ways I did really good life choices, like getting married and such, but getting a hernia and all this stuff and surgeries, that definitely wasn't the life choices I was after. Hey, honey.
Hi, honey.
Should I wrap up the stream? Oh, you're going to be late for work, right?
I hope not.
Oh my god. Alright, we'll end up the stream.
You don't have to.
Okay, well, I'll finish the frog event quick. Alright, we got 28 more. Hopefully that doesn't sound as long as it is. Holy. Oh shit, is this last jump? Yeah! We made it to the end again. Alright. Yeah, that was a weird coincidence. Oh, guess what me and my friend were doing when we got up north. Climbing some holy mountain. It's like, oh my god. And it wasn't Brokeback Mountain, if that's what you're thinking. Only wish. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, hopefully I can come by Guelph again, but it's probably going to be another month until I travel. If not longer. Oh, fuck. The state got us at 4. Yeah, Keminus, that's the one. I got a few videos from it. I actually camped alone on the top of the mountain one night. Unless it's illegal, then I definitely didn't, and we just imitated it with special effects. That's why I really gotta be nice to Quebec. Technically, the mountain is in Quebec. I'll probably never go in again. Oh god, the snake got us. I have to say I like the frog game. I like the rewards. We'll see how much stuff we can get. The only thing I don't like is how the... Yeah, they call Keminus the Mount Everest. That Larder Lake is good too. That wall. It's funny, when I stayed on Mount Keminus, it wasn't really like I had guts. I just wasn't very smart. I was thinking that animals couldn't really get to the top of the mountain. Then after I heard that, oh yeah, bears can climb the mountain, no problem, I was like, oh fuck. But what I did for a shelter is I did build a wood shelter out of logs and stuff before I put my tent in it. Just so I had some like better walls and just a cloth tent. Here, I gotta grab something. Did you want some rubbing soon, honey? I'll be in the Alright, we need frogs and quick. Yeah, tent sleeping, especially if you're in grizzly territory. It's funny, I'm actually so far north that if you go an hour further, you're risking polar bears. I don't think polar bears are really common in there, but they have been seen. Yeah, polar bears are like grizzly bears, but worse. Now, once you're camping in polar bear territory, I think legally you're supposed to have a high-powered rifle, just so they don't have to send people to save you. No, where I live, they recommend taking an axe with you if you walk alone in the woods. No, it's hard to live up north because the winter is definitely more challenging than I expected. It can make you depressed and everything. Got to try to get more vitamin D. You only get sun, or I think we had 2 months without snow. I was like, for God's sakes. Would have been nice 3 months at least. Now, if you like the outdoors though, like I know a friend of mine from work, he was into the ice fishing, so dear God, like living up north is paradise for him. For me, I like being on the computer a lot, so being home on the computer, I can pretty much do that anywhere. I'm even going to start a glamping camping series where I'm going to bring my computer and set up a tent and some pretty cool locations. Yeah, I was surprised, even though we're this far north, we still have natural gas here, yeah. I always heard that once you get far north you can't, but still they can here. I guess you must have to go further, so. Like, yeah, if you go up to Alaska, it's way farther north than here. Well, I'm glad I just didn't stick with the idea of purple every time. Can you imagine? Oh, God. That would have been brutal. And if Goaty feels bad about me trying that at the beginning because I wasn't doing it right, it's like, I think it actually helped to get that super jumper. Oh, there's the snake. Fucker. I'm just kidding. Let's try one for hell of it. Oh! Oh yeah, I always forget I gotta summon the frog. Fuck, even the pink one got me. You know what that means? If it gets you on the pink one, that means that the odds have swung in your favor for the next roll. That's the law of dice. No such law exists, but we'll try it anyway. No! The law failed us. Alright, one more summon. There we go. Now we got a super frog. He's badass. He goes all the way to the end. You're fucking right. Holy shit. Is it just me or are we like killing the rewards? Let's try one more. What the hell? How did we get that? Did it jump? What happened? Oh, did I click on these chests? Yeah, yeah, if you make polar bear videos, let me know. Those will probably do good if you survive. Dear God. I don't know what happened there, but let's try. Holy fuck, my mouse went flying. Not good. Okay, is it just me or was that epic? Woohoo! Alright, have a good one. Enjoy the nice sunny weather in Guelph. Try to send the sun this way soon. Alright, yeah, let's wrap this up. I gotta get going too. How many more do we got? Oh my god, we still have large. How is this possible? Yeah, so the game isn't that full of glitches. It's occasionally you can't jump to the next one and you have to restart, but it's within reason. Ah, why did I have to say that? Anyone's like, oh, he jinxed it. Hmm. No. The only thing that gets me with this frog game is like, aren't the rewards a little bit too good? I don't want to say that, but it almost seems like we got a lot of these petals. Did I click the chest as that was building up? Maybe that's what happened. Because I got a bunch of rewards somehow, right? Do I have a frog? I got carried away. No, I think he died. No! I don't know. Part of me wants to jump backwards just to see what happens, but you get more rewards, right? It's harder to get to the end. It's already so hard, I don't want to make it worse. I do that enough in real life. No! What the hell? I got this again? How did that happen? What is going on? I don't think I actually got those, did I? Let's check my rewards. Like, what's going on? Am I actually getting these? Got those. I know how to check. Go to the pet center. Guardians. Or not pet center. Elements. Guardians. Incubate. Yeah, I'm not getting those eggs. That's what I thought. It says confirm, so maybe that's what you can get. Fuck. Son of a... Yes. Alright, finally. Last 10 frogs. I just wanted to see what would happen. I had a feeling that was what would happen. What the hell? Okay. I figure if I let you go backwards, it's risky, but you get more. Holy. Oh, too bad. Should have got greedy. Speaking of. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, last frog. Holy shit, made it up to 11 views. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I know it was a bit of a late episode. Wow. Alright, so we got 348 that we could spend. We did not make it to a chest, I guess. Shame. Or I picked the chest at the wrong time. Maybe that's what. So 348. Oh my god, that is enough to buy. So I guess we're gonna stack up on that stuff. Is there anything else that's 300? Damn, we're like halfway to the really good ones. So who knows, once we try Godey's guide and get better at understanding it, maybe we'll be getting the better rewards, but as far as better rewards, this is exactly what I wanted, and if we could get more than one, that's awesome. Fuck, almost enough for 3. So close. If only I didn't waste all those frogs. Idiot. Oh well, we need this stuff too. Oh, and if anyone's wondering, you can't save anything from this. So you can't like save your petals and build them up again next time to get the better rewards. I only wish. So that's why you really should try to spend it all while you can. Fuck, man. Everything's like so spinning for me right now. After all those hours logged on the road and now this. Fuck. I gotta go to bed soon. Oh, and another question viewers asked was, is this event going to get us more, whatchamacallits, more summons for frogs? And no, that's it. Not more until it comes back. And we'll save these 3 in our inventory and see what they can be exchanged for after the event's over. You can usually exchange them then too. Oh, I get it. Yeah, and the new event's coming. If the new event is good, maybe we'll do an episode next week too. We'll cover the new event. Holy fuck. Alright, so we'll go into our bag. We got 19 in the enzymes. Let's check if that's enough. Well, we'll do all that stuff next episode, because it's getting late. I would keep streaming, but my wife has to work, so I gotta turn this off so I don't keep her up all night. And I'm as tired as hell, even if she didn't have to work. I have to wrap it up. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Who was all in today? Holy shit. We got Augusto, Pascal Basilio, Toward the Terra from Guelph, and Marecho. Can't read that, but it's as close as I could. Alright, thanks everyone. Take care, and good luck with the frog event. And if I had to rate this event out of 5, I would give it a 4.5 stars, because I really wanted those rewards, and that's what we got. I even think we got some Sun Star rewards too. So that's sweet. Oh, yeah, now we're up to 4,000. So that's good. We'll try to update our... Yeah, give our... why is the name not changing? Give her some more upgrades. That's good. Now Ganesha is my go-to hero to pump resources into right now. Alright, and if people want to share in the chat too, how did your rewards go for the frog hop, and what do you rank it? We'll say out of 5 stars. Give it a 4 stars is what I give it. Hopefully it comes back more than once a year. It'd be nice if it was a regular event. Definitely need more sun stars and chip molecules. Yeah, next event we might try burning some of these heroes too. I'll try to save burning all the heroes for when we're doing live. Alright, see everyone. Have a good night, and yeah, belated Happy Easter, and good luck with the frogging. Oh yeah, if you want to see what the episodes we titled lately, last episode was forking, this one frogs. So, forking frog. Never mind. Bye for now. See you later. That was a horrible ending. Dear God.
In the ruins of the world they fight, clones reborn in the neon light. Dreamer Martin stands his ground against bloody Nero's wrath unbound. Silent Star strikes with the mind's precision. Tesla Trooper powers the arena's vision. A spectacle made for the human gaze. History twists in the arena's blaze. When the lights dim low and the humans sleep, to a hidden club the clones they sneak. The music plays and the floor ignites. Legends unite in the neon lights. With every step the past comes alive. In the heart of the night the clones will thrive. Sword God sways with a mystic groove. Blackbeard stomp makes the whole room move. Empress Wu twirls with grace and might. Ruby Rose's moves are out of sight. Cleopatra's dress will make you stare. Genghis Khan's power fills the air. They hit the floor each in their prime. A legendary rhythm lost in time. MC Squared spins the decks with flair. Relativity's rhythms fill the air. Gravitational waves bend time and space. A quantum groove that the clones embrace. He rewinds existence with every mix, dropping rhymes from a bottomless bag of tricks. Einstein's genius, now a club's delight. Bending beats tonight as he once bent light. On the stage, the clones take flight, a symphony burning through the night. Mozart rules, the guitars roar. Rock God sings, the crowd wants more. Symphony D with hands divine, on a xylophone that warps through time. Music of the past and future blend. In a secret club, the battles end. When the lights dim low and the humans sleep, to a hidden club the clones they sneak. The music plays and the floor ignites. Legends unite in the neon lights. With every step the past comes alive. In the heart of the night the clones will thrive. When the dawn returns they'll play their part. Their battles waged with a heavy heart. But the night leaves whispers they can't ignore. A secret life behind the war. Through fleeting moments their dreams take flight. Bound by the day but alive in the night.